Welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Sylvia and I make videos on planning with the occasional review. Today's review is on Moterm, the A5 cover with the Croc Print, and it is beautiful. So I did go ahead and take it out of the box because I got it yesterday later in the evening and I just couldn't wait. But it did come in this really cool bag, like the dust cover. Of course, I bought this for my Hobonichi. I bought a couple this year for the A5 Hobonichi, and I brought out some things to try in here to see what's going to fit and what's not going to fit, so that will be helpful to you. I also marked the table right here, so I know to put this on there and then I'm in frame. I hope that that is still true. Also, I ended up getting some more Happy Mail, which I was excited about. These are the 0.38 Uniball Signo in the 0.38. So I love this pen. I've had this pen for probably 2-3 years now, and I find that it works really well on the Tomoe River paper if you get them in the 0.38. And 0.5 is usually who I am. However, it's just a little bit too much ink for this paper. This dries quicker. And the 0.28, which is the smallest it goes down to, is too scratchy for me. So this is like my Goldilocks pen, and I bought a pack of black because that's what I tend to use. If ever I need color, I use highlighters, which is rare. So there's that. And this was like the package that I ended up getting, and I put it on my Instagram if you follow me there. All my information is down below. Yeah, I was very upset because I ended up getting the package, which was like one of those white Amazon Prime envelope style packages, and it wasn't sealed properly, so the pens fell out. So I got an empty package and I was devastated. But Amazon was amazing, and they didn't ask any questions, which I thought was kind of weird, and I was prepared with a whole story and all that, and I was kind of sad that I didn't get to tell my story. But yeah, they were able to fix this and sent me another set, which was awesome. So I ended up getting these. There were 5 for $10, so I will also link these down below, because on Jet Pens, if you want to try them out, I think they're over $2. And I mean, it's always great that Jet Pens does that, but I didn't want to buy 5 of them at $2. And so they're almost like $3, I think, when I could get 5 for 10. So, you know, I save where I can. I try to support independent businesses, but I'm not rich. So there's that. If you've been following my channel, you know that I have bought a couple already, and I'm using the other one as my wallet. It's already set up as my wallet, so I left it in the other room. But this is a Moterm, and it has that lovely pebbling, kind of like exactly like really, the Filofax. So this is my Filofax Finsbury in black, and you can just see how they are pretty similar. However, this one has kind of a shine to it, a sheen on the leather, and it feels more like real leather than this does. They're supposed to be leather, but they're not like, you know, top of the line, and that's fine. For the price, I'm not mad at them because it's still leather. They did have the A5 in this like pebbled style. However, I decided to go with a Croc, which is kind of crazy for me. I decided that I could probably handle it because I ended up getting this. This is the Filofax Classic Croc. And I ended up getting this from a friend, a lovely planner friend. Hi, Jessica. And I love it. I love it. I use it every day since I got it months and months ago as my wallet. And I thought, well, since I can do that, I could probably do this. It was a little too fancy for me. I'm more of a plain Jane kind of pebbly person, I guess. But since I already had previous experience with this and I loved it so much, I thought I could handle this. So I bought the like Croc Print. However, I watched a couple of videos a while ago. I'm gonna try to remember people's names properly. I'm totally subscribed and I love them. I'm just horrible with names. It's a writer thing. So it's Kiwi Lime Ink, I believe. And I think it says Marianne, but I think she pronounces it Marianne. Which is lovely. They are both great. I highly recommend following their channels. They had wonderful reviews on this. However, theirs is brown and mine is black. So the first thing I noticed in their video is that their brown has this like sheen to it. I don't know if you can tell the difference. This has one a little bit like of a sheen. It's not a shine. It's just subtle. And this one doesn't. This one is more like matte looking in my opinion. So I don't know if it's just like the lights in their video that makes it look like it's kind of got a sheen, but mine is, I want to let you know, it's matte. So in case you were looking for that kind of glossy look, this does not have it, at least in person. I don't know how it's coming off on camera. So I'm perfectly fine with it not having a sheen because it makes it a little bit more modest, and I kind of like that because there's something about the print, even though it's beautiful, I don't like for leather to look like it was once an animal. I know that sounds stupid because obviously it was once an animal, but I don't want to be reminded. I don't know, whatever. So let's get to the review. It has a pop closure. Let me move these out of the way. And then on the inside, move these guys over. We end up having a notebook that they give you, and this is like a dupe of the Midori. It doesn't say MD on here. I will open it up, and it looks pretty much the same. The paper feels a little bit like the MD. It's slightly different, but same style. It has this big thick division line in the middle. I love this. I think that this is great. So you already get a notebook in here for, what did I say it was? I think it was $53 almost. I have Prime, which is just wonderful. Okay, I'm wondering why mine is not pushing down. There we go. I think it might need a little bit of molding because mine was just like not gonna lay flat, which was upsetting to me. Do you guys see that? How it's like popping up? Does yours do that also? Because mine does not. Well, I guess a little bit. Not too much though. That is interesting. Okay, so you can see down here at the bottom where it's like sewn together, it's just like a little bit tight. And that might be really disappointing, and I might have to ask for another one to be sent. I hope they have more, but look at that. I'm not happy with that at all because it's going to be weird. It's not going to go down flat, and that doesn't make me happy. That is a bummer. Huh. Well, anyway, we're going to go on with the review. Let me know if you've gotten one like that before or not, because look at it. It's not sitting right. I'll show you this one. I guess this one's kind of like that too, but I don't seem to feel it as much with this one. Is that normal? Let me know down below. Okay, so moving on to the inside, there are 13 pockets. So we have a pocket here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 card pockets here, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, and then the 13 is the back pocket, and we have that same brown that is in here and in my weeks. It's just like a satiny, silky kind of material on the inside, also in here. And I don't mind that as much. This is going to drive me crazy. Yeah, I don't think my Hobonichi is like that either. Maybe it's just, I don't know. So I was wondering if having this different material was going to sway me either way. So this has like a filling in it. I say stiffener, but it's not stiff. It's like a padded filling, and you can see it like make squishy kind of sounds a little bit, and you can see the imprint of my fingers on it. This one doesn't have that, so there's not that kind of, I mean, it's not super annoying, it's just kind of weird. I mean, it takes some getting used to. This one doesn't have that, which I kind of like. Maybe because it doesn't need it, because the leather is a little bit more stiff on its own, which is nice. So if you're making a decision between the Pebbly and the Croc, if the stiffener is going to bother you, and again, I've gotten used to it now, it just makes it feel a little bit cheaper somehow. I don't know if that makes sense. You might prefer the Croc. Now, in this size, in black, and in the Hobonichi Weeks in black, the Croc print was not available on Amazon. I'm sure you can get it from, I think people are getting it from AliExpress and on Etsy. However, when I was looking on Etsy, I was finding, I think it was the Hobonichi Weeks cover. It was like $69, and I only ended up getting it for like $35 or something on Amazon. So yeah, it was just a better deal on Amazon. And again, I like to support, you know, small businesses and what have you, but I'm not rich. So I went with Amazon. It happens. Anyway, and of course, besides the 13 pockets, you get a pen loop. So I'm really annoyed with this thing in the back. And I think I'm going to have to return mine and see if I can get another one because that is disappointing. Anyway, here is a notebook that it comes with 88 ruled sheets. And it's supposed to be exactly A5 size. So obviously this is going to fit in here because it's made for it specifically, but I'm going to show you it anyway. That looks really nice. And that's how it fits in there. I like it a lot. There's that. Okay. This is probably about the thickness of the A5 Cousin Avec. So that kind of makes me wish I had the A5 Cousin Avec. But you know, whatever. I had already tried it. It didn't work out for me and I wanted to try the whole year all in one place. So that's what I have. And of course you get my enemies, 2 of them. These ribbons. Okay, so let's try this baby out in here, see how it looks. And I already knew this was going to fit because, again, I watched both of those wonderful ladies' videos. Thank you for making them. I knew this would fit, so it does. Looks nice in there. It doesn't look like you can fit much more than that, but we'll see how it goes. Definitely, if you want to use the pen loop, putting tabs on the side of your Hobonichi or your Stalogy is going to become an issue. Now, I tend to carry a pen case or a billion pens in general with me wherever I go, if I go somewhere. This might sit at my desk because this is going to be my social media calendar. This needs a little bit of molding because the front cover is a little bit, you know, off. I want it to be even, so that's okay. But what was I saying about the pens? I'm sorry, I'm distracted. Oh yes, the pen loop. I could just tuck it back here. And I don't really need to carry a pen with me just because I do carry so many anyway. And then I can still use my tabs because this is nice enough that it should miss smaller tabs that I like to use. I like planner press. I can always hook on my pen like that and that works just fine for me. Like I don't have an issue with that at all. I think it looks great. And it doesn't even come like past the edge of the cover. So that's really nice. I like that. I'm just kind of annoyed with how it doesn't lay flat. Okay, so what would I use with the Hobonichi Techo? This is also going to be sitting probably at my desk. It's probably not going to be my everyday carry because my Hobonichi Weeks is going to be my everyday carry. I don't think I can fit both of these in here, but let me give it a go. I wonder if I should fit it here or here. Let's try the second one. And I'm sorry, I don't have an A5 cover, so I can't tell you if the cover on cover would fit in here. My Weeks cover does, in the Weeks Moterm cover, but I don't know about this guy. It doesn't look like this is gonna work. No, it's gonna bend the book. Yeah, that looks crazy. Let me see if I can push it in more. No, so let me see if I can move this onto the second one, if that would make a difference. I highly doubt it does, but let's just try it for funsies. No, it's not. It's a no-go. That's a bummer, but okay, because I didn't plan to use this as a combination. Again, if you haven't bought your Hobonichi, I would recommend an Avec, which is going to be 6 months in one book and 6 months in the other instead of the full year in one. And then you could certainly pair it with something like this. Another combination I might try is the Piccadilly notebook, which is a little bit thicker, as you can see. Quite a bit thicker actually than the Moleskine. But these are notebooks that I tend to use in the Wide Traveler's notebook. These are really nice companion books. I don't particularly care for the small grid in the Hobonichi, so I didn't purchase any of the memo books that you can purchase with the Hobonichi A5. I probably have some somewhere still left that I've never used because the grid is less than 4 millimeters. You can also buy, I think, just regular notebooks with grid paper. I have never owned those either because I have no desire. The only reason why I bought this is because it actually had a calendar in it. Otherwise, I don't care. Okay, so here we go. You can see that you have about an inch probably off of the width, but the height is still the same. I always say height, and my boyfriend just gets so annoyed. But he's from Brooklyn, and he says everything wrong. But this one thing I say wrong, and he just, you know, all over my case. Anyway, so you can go ahead and put this over on this side. It's not going to add too much bulk, and it should fit in here just fine. So there's that. I will go ahead and put this back in. And of course you can tuck this in on that side. I don't care for that. I don't like the way the book reacts when you do that. I don't know. And I like to put stuff on the cover and decorate it lovely. So there's that. And you can see that there. It fits nicely in there. So that's a really good companion book, especially because it's more narrow, so it's not going to bend. You can move it over more if you need to. I like that. I hope you can see this because the sun is pretty angry this morning, which I like because I need to go for a nice walk. That is really nice. I love that combination. Oh, that makes me so happy. And then when I'm done, I can archive these in my Traveler's Notebook wide that I ended up getting from Amazon. I have a video on that I will put in one of those cute little card thingamajiggers. I should know what they're called. I'm a professional. But I don't. So this one's a little bit thicker. So let's go ahead and see how that works out. I think it should be fine as well. I wonder if the thickness, maybe it won't be. Let's see. We're getting pretty close on the same thickness as this. So maybe it won't work out as well. It does close with the day free. It's just that it's so wide that this part of it bends. If it was like, if you could cut it, which you can't, because there's not enough of an edge, you'd have to cut off part of Sunday. But I mean, that's something you could do. You'd have to cut off part of that too. So I wouldn't recommend that. But yeah, see, since it is more narrow, it misses bending right here, which is so nice. So the Piccadilly notebooks I end up getting from like Barnes and Nobles and bookstores like that. And of course you can get these on Amazon in several different layouts. But yes, I'm so excited that these are going to work in here. And I can have a companion book because I really hate that small grid. And sometimes I don't always want to have Tomoe River paper. I want to be able to use any kind of gel pen that I want, and it smears really badly. It, you know, sits on the Tomoe River paper, whereas it will seep in on paper like this. Yeah, so I'm loving that I can have a companion book where I can use the pens that I like. I can have lined or grid or anything else besides just the small square grid. So that's awesome. I love it. So I can have my writing notebook in here and my schedule for writing as well as social media. That's so cool. Okay, so there was 2 more things I wanted to try in here. Number 1 is this. This is my Jibun Techo for 2019, which is an A5 Slim. This year I ended up getting a B6 Slim. So in here we have one of the idea books, and then this is the, what's it called? The Biz version. Oh, I love this paper. It still feels different than the B6 Slim. I don't care what anyone says. And then I have the Life notebook in here. So that's 3 things. And I want to see, since it's very chunky, how well it does in here. Okay. So right away, I'm feeling like with the cover on cover, it's not going to work out. It's too tall. That's a bummer. I love my cover on cover. Also because the books look so weird naked. Yeah, I think it's a no-go. Oh, that makes me very sad. Because I tuck these notebooks in, like a traveler's notebook. That's how they're meant to be tucked in. So, I guess I'm going to have to remove the cover and cover. I would highly recommend watching Marianne's video because I will link her down below. Just because she did try to put a Jibun Techo in here, I believe. But maybe she took her cover and cover off. I can't remember. So look for that video for sure. But yeah, it just looks kind of weird. I mean, it's not too bad because it is black, but if you have the brown or another color, it might look kind of awkward. You know what I mean? But you could always decorate it, which is fine as well. So that doesn't look too bad. Yeah, so it fits in there nicely. You can tab the crap out of it. These are tabs that I love from Planner Press. But yeah, you can put them down the edge. I put them on the top. It's gonna miss everything just fine and look really nice in there. So now, because we do have this second long pocket, we can go ahead and put the Life Notebook. And most people don't carry the Life Notebook. I just didn't have another idea notebook to show you right now. The other ones are all archived. So I'm gonna put this in here like that. And then one in the front here, since we don't have the cover to do so. And that works just fine. That's how it looks. Really nice. The other thing is the pen loop. That's always my concern. I haven't even tried my favorite pen in here because I'm already thinking I can't use it with the really thick 1-year Hobonichi that I have, but it fits in there nicely, even though it has a very slim grip on it. So that's great. See how it looks against this. Okay. So it's pushing up against this first book. You can see how far that first book is from this center. So I can push that back a little bit. Like I can just pull it back a little bit. There we go. And then it misses it completely. It misses all of the books. So no problem there. You can see there, hopefully, the sun's just blaring in my face, so I hope you can see, that it's going to miss these little tabs by Planner Press. So if they're small tabs like this, you can go ahead and put them on the side there, no problem. And it's going to miss the pen, especially if it's a slim pen like this one. So there's that. And the other thing I wanted to try out is, in my last video, I was talking about the Rhodia, as far as how many pages it has compared to the Day Free. And this is a little bit taller and a little bit wider. And I think that might be due to the cover as well. So I thought I wanted to try that out in here for you guys to make sure you knew whether or not that would fit. This is still not laying flat and it's upsetting me. I might have to order another one. It makes me sad. Okay, I'm gonna put this. Okay, so there is that all pushed up, and I'm gonna put a pen in here just to show you. Okay, so this one seems to have a little bit of an issue. Can you see that there is overhang? Try to pull it a little bit. It will definitely close, but I can see a lot of green there. I'm trying to make this a little bit more even, but look at how the book is bending. There's not really any space to pull it back to get rid of this. Let me try to move it back a little bit. Yeah, so the more I move it back, the more this becomes short. It still will buckle, but the pen is definitely pushing into the notebook and bending, like, not necessarily bending the pages, but it might indent them a little bit. So I do not recommend, nor do I like the way the Rhodia looks in here. So that's a bummer. So obviously something like this is a Moleskine, which is more narrow. When it comes to bullet journals, it's usually A5 in height, but not in width. It's always like about an inch more narrow or ½ inch. So this might be a really good notebook if you like Moleskine, which I do, to fit in here. I think this has 240 pages. This one has 224, yeah. So let's see if a thickness has anything to do with it. I love these stickers. Yeah, okay, got a pen in there. So the Moleskine works lovely in here. and the pen just sits right up against it. I put tabs on the top, so that's not going to be an issue for me. I tend to use Moleskine when I start a new like writing project, but I'm going to be doing writing projects in my wide traveler's notebook for this year because I bought, and I found that really great find on Amazon, which I will try to link down below as well. This one works really nice, so I highly recommend putting any kind of Moleskine in here. So I'm wondering if we're going to run into the same situation with the Leuchtturm. So let's try that out. There's 249 pages in here as well. This has a pen loop on it. Okay, so I'm going to put this in backwards or upside down rather because of the pen loop. Yeah, so that is fine. So something about the Rhodia Goal book this cover doesn't like. It's just a little bit too wide for it to work out. So as you can see, the Rhodia is definitely wider than the Leuchtturm. So that has been my review on the Moterm A5 in the Croc Print in the color black. All right, so don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. I hope that this was helpful. Thanks for watching, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.